Hi, yes, it is correct. I made my first $125,000 in the month of December and won a business competition from Alex Hormozi and Sam Owens, and this was publicly documented. And it is because I started working really, really hard, but it's not exactly what you think because most people think that they are working hard. But when I made this shift in me, I thought, oh my God, this is how much harder can I work, right? And that was really life-changing for me. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how I did it and also the biggest mistake I made, because sometimes I spent long hours working, like 16 hours, 18 hours that day, but I didn't get any results. So I wanted to share that regrets with you too, so you can not only work hard, but to make sure that you are getting the results of your hard work. So let's start with how it happened, why I started working hard, right? So I've been making money online for a long time, since like 13 years old, so it's been almost 9 years, but I never gave my best, right? I always felt that I can do more, I can take more action, I have more potential, I can work longer hours, because I was working hard before, right? I was like working maybe 4 hours a day, 8 hours a day of like focused work, but a lot of the time was wasted, right? To be quite honest with you, I was watching podcasts when I was working, or I was buying new courses and just watching 5 courses at the same time, or I was just trying to work on one task and then after 30 minutes work on something else. So I was doing activity, but I was confusing activity with progress, right? Because there were a lot of actions, but there wasn't one focused, directed energy and effort into one thing, and that's why I wasn't growing as quickly as I wanted. And don't get me wrong, I was making like 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month or more, but I never cracked that six figure in a month mark because never knew that I'm capable of this. And how it changed, right? How this happened, and to give you the context about this, is it was October of 2024, so it's about 6 months ago, I believe, from the point of this video. And I got into a competition called The 100, right? It was from this platform called School, from Alex Hormozi, from Sam Owens, from Andrew Kirby. These are very big people, entrepreneurs in the space, very successful, helped a lot of people, etc. So, and I got accepted to that competition. Thousands of people applied, and we were one of the 100 people that got accepted. So, what was the premise of that competition is that we needed to see who is gonna grow their business, their community in the most in the next 90 days, and that really motivated me, because that was the time when I said, oh, like now during these 90 days, other people are watching me, right? Like other people that I care about, their opinions, their admiration, right? Their respect. Now they're gonna judge me upon this competition and how well I'm gonna do here. Maybe a lot of it was, of course, like just my mindset and just I made it up, but I believed in it at the time. So the stakes, at least in my mind, were very high. So I said, okay, this is the time where I'm not gonna just give like my 10% or 50% or 70% of what I have in me, but I'm gonna try to give 100%, right? Because people are watching and I don't want to disappoint them. My people from my members, clients from our community, my friends and my team members and other people that wanted us to win, and I didn't want to let them down, and I also wanted to prove that we can win as well. Now, that was kind of the pre-story of how I started working this hard, and it started with the first day when competition started, and I found myself generating 100 ideas in the same day on how I can grow. And before that, the months before that, I had these ideas, but like I wasn't taking any action, because I was telling myself that I want to grow, that I want to make progress, but in reality, my actions weren't representing that, right? So I was talking a lot, but I wasn't doing a lot, and that was my mistake. And once that first day of the competition, I thought, oh my God, like how many ideas did I actually not only have today but implemented today? And that was what was like completely crazy to me, because I never used to that, right? I used to, again, brainstorm, overthink, see what's gonna happen after 5 years and try to calculate all the next steps. But this is the first time where I just did more in a day than probably in the past like week or 2 weeks, right? And I said, damn, like what if I do this every day? What if I just start taking action? Because now I had that motivation. I was in a competition. People were gonna like measure our revenue. So you can't say, oh, I worked or didn't work. Like the result is the result, right? You either make revenue and they see it, or you don't, right? So it was very clear and measurable. So I had the motivation. So finally, I was able to just give myself my everything, all of myself to something, right? And just give it my all. And I started doing that the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. And then one day I'm noticing that on my phone, like when it says screen time, it's at like 18 hours. So I said, damn, like I spent 18 hours today in front of my computer and in front of my phone, which I know might not be completely healthy. We'll talk about that too. But and I remember that day I didn't consume any entertainment. I didn't watch YouTube videos. I didn't like it was all screen time, which was doing tasks, responding to clients, doing calls, creating content, managing team members and other things, right? Which I love, quite frankly. I love what I do, but it wasn't easy, right? So I noticed, oh my god, I worked 18 hours this day, and then the next day, 16 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, etc. And there were weeks that I legitimately worked 100 hours, which is crazy to me. And that's when I learned this principle, which is if you know that you are capable of more, if you have been waiting for a long time to go all in, to make something work, to demand more of yourself, right? To demand more from yourself. If you know that is true, and you know that you are in the verge, you are close to becoming the best version of yourself, growing your business, making more money, or whatever that is, I would challenge you to start working harder, right? I would challenge you to just find something that increases the stakes. For me, it was the competition. For you, it can be you make a promise to someone that you love, or like you make a public announcement, or whatever. Something that will increase the stakes of you making it happen, so you burn all the ships, so you have no other plan Bs, but this is your only plan, right? The plan A, just go in, and then just go all in. And you don't have to work 100 hours a week. But if you start working like legitimately 70 hours a week, like real hours, for like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, I promise you your life will change. And you don't have to do this forever, right? I'm not saying that you should like do this for the next 10 years. Like it's not sustainable, right? But if you do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending on how long you can maintain that level of work ethic, then I think it can give you so much momentum, so much compounded growth, so much results, right? Such a good foundation that after that you don't have to work as much, but you can still have the progress that you want to have, right? And talking about that, the second thing that I learned is that not all the hours spent working were productive, which is of course obvious, but that's what I learned the hard way, right? Because I noticed that there is a week that I worked 100 hours, but I got X results, and another week I still worked 100 hours, but I got 5X results, right? So there was a big difference between these 2 weeks, although I worked the same amount. So then when I looked at these weeks, I saw that the things that I was working on were different. So you see, it's not only about how hard you work, because there are a lot of people that work hard, but also what you work on, right? And how you can think about this, or at least how I think about this, is I like to work hard on things that compound, right? Let's say you work hard on a YouTube channel. The harder you work, the more views you're gonna get, the more videos you're gonna make, and the more videos you're gonna make, and the more viewers you're gonna get, the more viewers are gonna watch other videos. Therefore, the algorithm is gonna have more data to push it to more people, and now more people see it, and they subscribe to your channel, and now you have more audience when you upload new videos, and now and it's a compounding vehicle, right? But if you work hard on, let's say, sending cold emails, which is not bad, by the way, not bad at all. If it's working for you, do that. But just as an example, if you yourself do cold emails every day, then it's not really compounding. Like, yes, it is, your skills compound, but in 10 days you're not gonna wake up and you got randomly 100 DMs or people that want to work with you, but from YouTube video it can happen, right? But how you can think about it, let's say cold DMs, is what if you every day work on recruiting one person, or hire one person that is going to send cold DMs for you, because you're gonna give them commission of a sale, so you don't even have to pay them up front, and you every day have one more person that is sending emails for you. Then it is compounding, because after 10 days you have 10 people, after 30 days 30 people, and the more you work over time, the more leverage, the more results you can get, because the thing you're gonna work on is going to help you to grow exponentially, right? Because the thing you are working on is sometimes more important than how hard you work, right? The boat you are in is more important than how hard you row, right? Your work works more on you than you work on it, right? There's a different ways of saying this, but it's very true. So that's the second thing I learned. And then I started actually working hard, but on the right things that actually were compounding. And that's when we had, the December was the month where we made 125,000. And that was because I was working hard and also working on the right things, right? So that's the second thing I learned. Now, what's the third thing? And this is interesting. This is the part that I did wrong, so I want to share with you, so hopefully at least one of you can avoid this mistake, which is I thought that I can do it forever. right? And I recently learned that it's not true, right? And I thought, oh, I'm 22, I'm young, I have energy, I don't have like many responsibilities because I cut as many things as possible from my life. I sacrificed a lot of other things to be able to focus on this, and I thought that I can do this forever. But it's close to like when it came close to the fourth month, I noticed that my motivation started going down. Right, so now it's the sixth month, so it's been 2 months. So I will share with you what has worked for me in these past 2 months. But then I was very close to burnout, right? And luckily enough, I burned out before, so I kind of knew how it looks like. So I was able to spot the pattern a little bit quicker. But like I was about to, like I got very lucky that I noticed that I'm about to just say I don't care about any of this, and I stop it. And like just in the verge of it, like just I was very very close to that line of just giving up, because like I was so like empty, right? In terms of energy, right? I still love what I do. Emotionally I was fulfilled, but I just my body couldn't stand it anymore. So I stopped and I started restructuring things, right? So that's when I started thinking, okay, maybe we should hire team members. Like recently, I put an application out there, and we got 20 applications of people for one specific role that we're gonna hire for, right? I started building systems. I started eliminating things, saying no to certain things, because I noticed that that's the only way to get my time back, my energy back, so then I can keep working hard and keep working on compounding opportunities, but on higher level opportunities. I will give an example. So we had a lot of people and our clients that were asking us the same questions, which is fine, right? Back then, I was working hard and answering all of them about the same question, but now what I'm doing is I made a video about it, and people can, when someone asks it, I just send them that video, and it's even more in-depth and even more valuable, and this way people get value. I spend less time, right, on just trying to work hard and just going the hard way, but now I just have this like solution that helped me to solve that problem even in an easier way, add more value to people, and I freed up my time that I'm now using with other clients that actually have more unique situations they want to scale, or like more things that I need to help them with. And now when I spend my time with them, they are able to get amazing results, right? Like we help people make recently more money in a day than they made in a month, right? We have the proofs of this in results.achievegreatness.com if you want to check that out. I'm not selling you anything there. You can check it out if you want. But like that's the results that can happen when I freed up my time and I focused on activities or on situations or clients or cases where we are gonna get the best returns. And this way, everyone won, right? And that was the third lesson, which like took me, like it costed me a lot to learn this, right? And that is that sometimes when you start working hard, you are either gonna burn out, or second case, if you don't, then you are going to kind of learn to always do the things the hard way, which is not a good lesson. Because like if I didn't come close to burnout, I probably would have continued just doing the same thing for all the clients in terms of the same questions, and my brain wouldn't even come up with this easier solution that actually will take less work that I could implement, right? So that's the danger of like thinking that you can work that hard for a very long time, because either you are going to burn out or you are going to just learn to do things the hard way. When in reality, something like can be that you just don't see this, which is an easier solution, a more scalable solution, a better solution, but just because you are so close to your business, so in depth on whatever the thing that you are working on, that you don't notice this, right? So that's something that I noticed that is very important to pay attention to, so you don't burn out and you don't also just work hard for the sake of it, right? So the first thing was that I didn't know that I'm capable of working so hard, and what changed is that I actually found something that I want to work hard towards. So that's the first step number one. And it usually comes to like what your heart, your intuition is telling you, right? So my intuition was telling me, this is hard, your niche, you need to do this, you love this, you love helping these clients in this niche, you need to do this, right? That was the choice number one. And then I was lucky that the competition came, which motivated me even more. Number two is I started understanding that I need to work hard, but I need to work hard on things that compound, right? Which can be, again, YouTube videos, helping your clients get results, because the more results they get, the more videos you can make about it, the more clients you get, the more results they will get, and you can talk about it on YouTube, the more clients you will get, and then the more results you will get with your clients. You get the point, right? So work on compounding things, compounding vehicles, like hiring team members. You hire the team member once, they can help you like for years in your business, and it can be a win-win. So things that compound, right? Not things that are just every day you need to complete just for the sake of it. And the third thing is once you actually go through this like 1, 3, 6 months of whatever 4 months of really hard work, like actual being all in one thing and just doing more, not only thinking or learning more, because I spent like $250,000 of my own money into courses, masterminds, one-on-one programs. I bought pretty much every single program from every single guru out there, almost, right? And like I just was learning a lot, but I wasn't doing a lot. I wasn't just following one person's advice and just doing it and taking action and going all in, right? So that was the second thing, is I actually started working hard on high leverage activities and I actually doing things. Not waiting, not like just doing, but actually I got done more in a day than I did in a month, right? That was the second thing. And the third thing is that at a certain point, once you start feeling the momentum, once you start feeling after you put in that 1 to 3 or 4 months of crazy going all in, you start feeling that, oh my God, I have now growth momentum. And then you understand that you don't have to work that hard forever, but now you can just say no to certain things, you can restructure things, you can hire people because now you can have resources, and you can work on things that are not only necessarily only the hard way, but now you open your mind, hey, how can I just work less but get the same thing done? So that way you can constantly kind of leverage the momentum that you have from your hard work, but also make sure that you don't become a prisoner of it, right? And you just always constantly restructure it to keep working hard, but on the right things. And also, so you get to the point where you can choose to work hard, not you have to work hard. Because I think these are very, very different. Because when you think that you have to work hard, it's just a matter of time when you are going to burn out. But when you choose to work hard, that means that one day that you don't want to do it, you don't have to, right? And that's, I think, gives you a lot of freedom and a lot of motivation to grow your business as well, because you know that you are not gonna build a prison for yourself at any point. You can just work on whatever you want that you will find meaningful, that will have an impact, that will help people and would be great, right? Now, I'm not saying that you should work 100 hours a week. Of course, everyone has different situations. Some people have families, kids, a job or other things or other responsibilities, but we all can sacrifice something. That's the truth, right? I sacrificed a lot of things to get here, relationships and other things, to just say no to other things so I can just work during that period. And that's what I did, you know? And it wasn't easy, and but it gave me so much leverage that now I'm probably gonna benefit from that for the rest of my life because of that crazy period of intense going all in and building momentum, right? So if you're watching this video, I would ask yourself, you don't have to go as crazy as me. Maybe if you want to, awesome, you can of course do that. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, right? You can just see, ask yourself, are you actually doing as much as you could do? Are you working on the right activities? Are you working on activities that give you leverage? And if the answer is no, then I would start eliminating these things as fast as possible and then replacing those with the right activities and replacing those with more actions and with actually more work, not just saying that we're working hard, right? But working actually, not just saying that we're working, and working on things that really move the needle forward, right? And help you to grow your business. If you ask yourself this question and you really start making these improvements, like a little bit, right? Then, the next 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 months can really put you on a trajectory to change your life. It won't be easy. There will be a lot of upsides and ups and downs, right? There will be a lot of failures and bad days and like days that you don't feel like it or whatever. But if you just keep going through it, I really think that you are gonna look back at that in a few years' time and you're gonna say, I'm so happy that I did this. So hope this video was helpful. Hope you go and work hard and work hard on the right things if you want to. And I hope to see you changing. I hope that this will change your life as much as it did for me.